Battle and the mayhem of retreat have changed the taste of his saliva and the smell of his sweat. But late July is Lola's time. Any hour, any moment. If the baby was already born, an armed forces telegram might follow Leavitt for weeks across the rutted fields and dirt roads of this bloody route. He tells himself he won't need any telegram. Lola's voice drifts close, unbidden, and it's like she's standing in the war next to him. No matter how loud the ordnance or artillery, how loud his own heart hammers, he hears her. Words she said when he could touch her. You found your mother because she wanted you to. All those years her asthma pulled the air from that little store while your father stood in the doorway. She wanted you out of there. He keeps moving. Near noon of this infernally hot day, Lola's voice moves him forward. 2 or 3 emptied villages in the immediate area constitute Leavitt's detail. Evacuation of refugees whose unrecorded exodus proceeds apace with the American retreat. These double train tracks running west to Huanggang are a godsend. Boundary and direction for what is otherwise panicked flight and chaos. Replacements under Leavitt's command are soft recruits from occupation forces in Japan, rushed in by boat and train to reinforce besieged American troops. Most had never seen combat or heard artillery fire. Their raw troops moved out at first light into countryside mired in another century. Rifle fire punctuates the darkness before and behind them. They've heard the terms circular front and infiltrators' war. They're sleepless and jumpy, and they're right to be scared. Many of them will die before Leavitt can teach them a thing. He has nothing to teach the Koreans in his charge, but the urgent crowd of 200 or 300 thins and lengthens to a moving column once Leavitt signals the platoon to direct them off the road onto the tracks. Easier here, a semblance of control, but there's no evacuation possible, certainly none directed by Americans. No numbered Hangul signatures in someone's logbook. No logbook. Everything in South Korea is clogged or broken. Equipment shipped quickly from America's bases in Japan is constantly displaced. Troop movement maddeningly slowed by refugees streaming away from the fighting. The South Korean inhabitants of numberless rural villages flee behind whatever resistance American troops can offer, their mud wattle houses left empty, outdoor cooking fires still warm. There are conflicting accounts. Chinese Yaks or American F-80s strafed the area last night in advance of troop movement. Thatch roofs, saturated by weeks of rain, burn wet and smoky once they're set afire. Smoke veils the air like souls in drifting suspension, declining the war's insistence everyone move on. The heat is dense, thick, and the rice fields at dawn are bright green emanations, alive with the sick fragrance they call night soil. Piled waste from countless country latrines, shoveled into pails and buckets and leaky ox carts, fertilizes the earth to yield and yield until the fields themselves are night. The spongy ground sinks underfoot, ripened and dark as any fermented secret. The ground breathes. Decay held still too long, Leavitt thinks. He keeps moving. Lola talks to him. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is waste. You think you didn't need to know exactly what you know? How many boys your age blow a horn like you can, and then enlist in peacetime? You want it out of Philly mighty bad. Philly is gone. Villages here are encampments sunk in a time before radios or jeeps, before horns or jazz or English words. Skinny, wary dogs wolf any shred of slaughtered chicken, duck, fish gut dropped to the ground, while women tend outdoor fires, and infants slung in cloth podegi ride the backs of girls. Older babies stagger across the patches of ground reserved for each habitation, and squat when they like, teaching themselves, their trousers cut out so the cheeks of their asses plump like cleft fruit. Now those babies are gathered up.